Hi all, I have a mega clash that many people were looking forward to. In the TSAT Cup round 4, Leela had made it to the semi-final after defeating both Ethereal Chess Engine and in the next round the Fire Chess Engine. But this was going to be always the biggest test. Stockfish, the #1 rated chess engine in the world, and in fact my engine of choice when analysing games at the moment. I might use both Leela as well as Stockfish when I get a decent graphics card. But Stockfish, undisputed #1 with the black pieces here. The opening book, E4, we have the Sicilian defence. C3, the Alapin variation. And now Queen A5. This is a favourite of GM Movesian. I've noticed in ChessBase live book. He's at least played it against 2 grandmasters, Queen A5. So the idea to discourage D4, because after C takes, of course, the pawn is pinned, and white doesn't really want to take with the queen here. That wasn't really the intention. So, annoying move, Queen A5. Is the queen a bit offside though? Okay, in this game, Stockfish plays Knight F3. It seems, in over the board by the way, G3 has been the choice of both Kamsky and David Howe, both strong grandmasters over 2600, and GM Movesian against G3 actually played super aggressively in one game with this Bishop G2 H5. This is against David Howe in the Warsaw tournament of 2011. So really super aggressive play, and actually justifying the queen, going to A6 here to disrupt white even further. And yeah, just interesting, very, very interesting. Dynamic play, aggressive from the opening. Eventually black won that game. Very interesting game there. You can check out this stem game in the pinned comment of this video. An even higher rated grandmaster, Gata Kamsky, one of the US top grandmasters, also had played G3 in 2008 earlier. So maybe that was what the basis of David Howe playing it in the Warsaw tournament. And it went like this, with Knight F6 though, by GM Movesian, and then still this H5, trademark H5, and very, very interesting play emerged after this. So that's a very interesting game to check out as well. So this is a bit of a surprise weapon actually, in its own right, this Queen A5, something to be maybe checked out, at least for blitz chess. But if grandmasters are playing it, yeah, why not? So Knight F3 was played though in our Stockfish Leela game. Leela plays E6, and we have this kind of interesting Danny Kopek maneuver. Danny Kopek, professor of computer science, I actually played him once, had this special system in the Sicilian. Well, you can see his own videos on it. They're still on YouTube. The Kopek system, the bishop wriggling around as if to play like a Roy Lopez later with D4 after white. Castle's in this particular position. So that's very interesting. Bishop D3. We have D5, E takes, and Stockfish castle. So a lead in development. Knight C6, and the bishop drops back. So occupying a very dangerous diagonal indeed. And now the pawn, the D pawn, is able to go to D4. Bishop D6, D4, and Leela reduces that central tension with C4. However, this looks already a bit scary off the check. We have this passive looking Knight GE7, and Stockfish goes into super aggressive mode from here. It's a very, very dangerous territory indeed after this next move, which is Knight G5. This reminds me of an early Alexander Alekhine game where he punished a French defense with an early Knight G5 and went in like for an attack, big attack. Now here, Leela tries to kick that knight back. Sometimes it's given as advice to kick knights back when they're on the 5th rank. And now we have Queen H5. The knight's not going anywhere. Black castles, and in fact here, this was already a very critical position. If Rook F8, then Black's obviously forfeiting castling rights on the king side, and this kind of situation is very, very promising for white. For example, like this, breaking up the pawns and potentially winning material, big advantage. So black castled, Leela castled, but now knight h7 anyway, rook e8. This is also a very interesting position, because you'll note here that the rook is actually a loose piece, and sometimes there's tactical liabilities from loose pieces. You'll also observe there was a kind of weakness of the last move. The queen was protecting the rook. In fact, black might be tempted to try, if it was an over the ball game between humans, knight takes d4 to try and say, look, if c takes, then I'm just going to take here. But in this continuation, bishop takes. Yeah, just to put this on the board, this is a total disaster. However, white and the knight is hitting the bishop here, so this does seem a really legitimate try to undermine this knight on h7, which is only protected by the bishop. But yeah, Stockfish would have on knight takes d4, bishop takes h6, and this is a really, really interesting variation. So for example, knight takes, we have queen g5 threatening mate, knight g6, knight f6 jack, king h8. Yeah, because if g takes, let's put this on the board, queen takes, there's no stopping queen g7 here. Yeah, this is pretty terminal. If bishop e5, this rook takes e5. So let's go on aside from that. So king h8, knight h5, bishop f4. We have bishop takes g7 here, knight takes f4, king takes, knight h5 check, queen f6 threatening mate on g7, rook g8, trying to deflect the rook with rook e8, exploiting the disconnected rooks, very, very tactical. Bishop g4, queen takes f7. This is crashing through really after takes. Knight f6 threatening mate on h7 now. And if here, then check, and that's just mating. So very, very interesting tactical line there. So very, very dangerous position. It seems knight takes d4 is not playable in all the variations. Just to put that on the board again. Here, now we mentioned knight takes. If g takes, queen takes, this is also has its own poisons for the black king, this position. So there's an immediate threat actually of queen takes f8 here, supported by the knight, and the bishop supports this knight. So let's look. Bishop d7, knight f6 checkmate, knight takes c2, knight f6 checkmate, bishop e5, queen takes f8 checkmate. So yeah, this is not particularly great. After g takes, queen takes, not particularly great. Yeah, it's pretty much over. So yeah, it's just too dangerous. So we have rook e8 in the game. Now, guess what Stockfish plays if I give you 5 seconds. Okay, knight f6 check. Now, yeah, it's such a dangerous position here. It's actually taken. I mean, you can imagine if things like here, I mean, there's even queen takes f7 looks very strong, threatening the rook. It just looks devastating. And if the other way, this looks absolutely crushing as well. Not too much calculation seems needed there. So knight f6, it's taken. But the key move here, bishop h7 check, bringing the king out to play. If white is not accurate here with bishop takes h6, then bishop f5 might actually let the black king live another day in this line. For example, there are resources to try and defend. Black might even have a tiny edge. But no, accurate play here, bishop h7 check. We have king takes. On king h8, this is crushing, queen takes. This is just desperate. this position. Yeah, the black king's getting checkmated. And on king f8, then we just bishop takes h6 is checkmate. So yeah, king h takes h7, check. Queen takes f6, check. So king h7. On king g8, you might be wondering, then bishop takes h6, threatens checkmate on g7. Bishop takes, say, bishop e5 is just delaying the inevitable. Rook takes. This is just, yeah, it's all over. It's going to be checkmating. Yeah, very, very sharp stuff. So king h7, check. And now black is the one with the loose rook actually on e8 right now. It's not protected by anything. And you'll note here that that's a big danger in this position. This is causing a pin now. Yeah, it's just too dangerous to let the bishop come in, etc. on king f8. So we have this pin, check. King f6 on king f8 here, then actually bishop h6 is checkmate. So we have king f6, rook takes. Yeah, the rook is lost, and the black king is still unsafe. So at the moment, materially, yeah, two rooks, knight and bishop against yeah, a rook, and then yeah, there's quite a lot of pieces, but white's getting more material pretty soon. Queen h6, king f7. The rook swings in via e3 to be able to go to f3. Very dangerous. Bishop f5, rook f3, pinning. Sets up also ideas of g4 sometimes. Knight c e7. We have check. On king f8, for example, now, then g4 might be the best move. Yeah, winning more material and winning, basically winning position. So the king steps out to f6. h4 with ideas of bishop g5 check, for example, or h5. Check, bishop f4, stopping at least bishop g5 check, but that's taken, takes, and then check, and it's actually ended here. Both engines fought. It was more than 6.5 for white. So an example continuation, say this, check, check. Yeah, the king is driven away from the bishop now, becomes loose. White's just material up, very clearly material up here. It's the exchange up, and can just consolidate pretty soon with accurate play. For example, this sort of position could arise. Yeah, anyway, so Leela has got a lot of self-learning to do. And unfortunately at the moment, the Test 20 network's not entirely hot, but that might change, I hope, in the next few days or weeks. So, but this was the peak of Test 10, so great credit to the Stockfish team. It seems it might not be quite the end of the era for classical chess engines. The mighty Stockfish is holding that flag up and saying chess is actually quite a lot about calculation, not just intuition. This was like an Alekhine or a Tau game. So I think it's fun that we have this tension, and I want to celebrate also this tension that we do have, because what would be the fun if neural networks did seem to dominate totally? It's great that we have this battle between two different cultural perspectives. That's the spice of life. Okay, if you enjoyed this game video, then click the top left box, which should appear pretty soon, and you can become a member at chessbowl.net to play against other YouTubers. You can also check my analysis in advance of these games on the improved menu, Learn from the Masters. And if I do any updates to this analysis, you'll see those updates as well. Okay, hope you enjoyed it. Comments, questions, likes, shares appreciated. Thanks so much.